But anyway, like I said, I just watched, Caleb Vaushpin debate Jason Unruhe. All right. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to let you guys who are newer to this kind of YouTube leftism thing, this kind of community of online socialists, including the Dugan people, who openly reject communism and push for a fourth political theory, which is basically just a bunch of jargon, idealist jargon that doesn't actually have a program behind it. All right, it's not exactly what socialism is, because socialists write programs. Okay, Trotsky had his own program from the Fourth International. It was called the Transitional Program, and it failed. Right, and the reason why it failed was because it assumed that the entire world had reached a maximal equal level of development, and it pushed for a longer bourgeois liberal revolution, right? That's why Trotsky was wrong. Lenin had his own programs, right? The constitution of the Soviet Union was constantly changing. What is Dugin's proposals besides just shilling for the established capitalist idealist Russian Eurasian pan-nationalist movement? That's his entire purpose, guys. His purpose is not... What is his purpose? I mean, I love how Maupin implies that Dugan is a socialist because he supported... Oh, that's the flag of the DPR. I mean, the dude spends 25 pages straight railing about communism, communism was too dogmatic. Communism was too dogmatic? Capitalism is what's dogmatic. Capitalism is what goes into South America and installs juntas in El Salvador and Honduras and other nations. Capitalism is what goes and overthrows a democratically elected Iranian leader because he wanted to nationalize oil, or he did, right? And British Petroleum, they can't have that. Okay, capitalism is what does all of that. Capitalism's dogmatic. Communism's not dogmatic. Okay. Communism is scientific. It doesn't have dogmas or mantras. Communism doesn't say that an invisible hand of the market will adjust prices so that we all have maximal living standards, okay, and maximal consumption. But Maupin doesn't actually address any of this because he doesn't address anything. The reason why I titled this video, Caleb Vaushpin, is because he wants to be Vaush so bad, guys. This dude is desperate to be Vaush. Look at the way he conducts himself. He's always throughout the entire debate, which is really just him repeatedly blocking Maupin or Unruhe over and over. What does he do? Okay, like these weird fake laughs that Vaush did. I mean, it reminds me when Vaush was fake laughing when he debated me. Just these constant fake laughs. Sir, I'm gonna mute you now. Like the most middle-class, petty bourgeois Karen mindset in the world. This guy is supposed to be a working-class organizer, and he can't even handle someone having different opinions than him. Wait till he goes out into the real world and he realizes that you can't mute people out here. You can't block people out here. You can block people on Twitter, where you pull up Twitter receipts. Is it true, Jason Unruhe, that on May 24th, 2022, you defamed me on twitter.com? Is this true? Do you have representation? Is your counsel ready to discuss the crimes that you committed against me on Twitter? Like, this is the guy who working class people are supposed to take seriously. And oh man, the trucker segment. Oh my god, that killed me, guys. The trucker part killed me, okay? Let me tell you guys something. I have experience. I don't have a commercial driver's license. I don't have experience personally driving trucks for a living. But I have experience with the truck driving industry for my entire life. And let me tell you something. Those guys are not workers. What's a worker, right? What's a worker? A worker is someone who does not own capital. Capitalism is based off of capital valorization, right? That means that stockholders, that means that investors, people who are looking for a higher return on their investment, people who are looking to create products that generate more revenue. Capitalism is built off of these people communicating with each other through accountants, through finance, accounting. Okay, these investors, these shareholders, these stockholders, the people with money in society, they communicate with each other in order to expand the most profit possible and get the most resources of owned by them in society. That's what capitalism does. Okay, business degree. You go into any business. What does the business have? The business has a finance accountant. And his entire job, this finance accountant, is to communicate to rich people and basically implore rich people to invest into them, to invest into their company to grow their capital, right? What does a worker do? A worker does not have this capital available. So a worker sells the only commodity that they have that they can support themselves with. And that's their labor power, right? A worker is going to sell their time, their labor power. And this labor power is determined by the market for whatever skill, whatever trade, if it's unskilled, if it's skilled. All of these things are going to be determined by the market, by supply and demand, okay? Now, what do the truck drivers in Canada do? Well, let's see. First of all, they're owners, okay? They are not workers. Why? Why are they not workers? Because they own capital. What's the capital? Their trucks. They own them. Those trucks are not owned by companies. I challenge anyone who's a Maupin fan or an Infrared fan or anyone who supports the convoys to show me a single truck that's a company truck that's not owned by a petty bourgeois small business family trucking company. Okay, and you're not going to be able to find any. And the reason why is because it's illegal to steal company property. It's illegal to steal a company truck and take it to a protest, and nobody was doing that. What was it? It was rich people who own capital pull in $700,000 to 1.2 to like $2.5 million a year, because that's how much small businesses typically make. These small business owners are pulling in money that way. Yo, what's up, Zach? Yo, LT, first time in a while. Haha, I came across your live streams. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, Zach. I mean, it was just it was just Maupin doing what Maupin does. Maupin mutes people. Maupin runs away from confrontation. Maupin doesn't actually care about having an argument. And if you think he does, why is he muting? Why did he mute? Like, look at how many times Unruhe muted Maupin versus Maupin muting Unruhe. Like 9, 10, 11 different times Maupin muted Unruhe. Unruhe was screaming. Unruhe wasn't playing like Haas. It's so funny how Maupin will jump to mute someone that he disagrees with, like Unruhe, but he won't jump to disassociate from someone who screams into the mic as a gimmick for money, like Haas, okay? I've always found that really funny out of Maupin, because he's a hypocrite at the end of the day. Maupin is a Muppet. I mean, it's so, like, he wants to be Vaush so bad, guys. Like, the way he snarks, his little quips, he tries to get, like, gotchas in there. It's really silly. Yeah. Stalin was dealing with the law. Exactly. It's about a people's relationship to labor power. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, guys, is they are anti-reading. Okay, let me tell you guys something about the Infrared fan base. They are anti-reading. They are anti-understanding. They are actually anti-knowledge. And the reason why is because I don't even have an associate's degree, guys. I haven't even finished my AA, and it's kind of embarrassing because I'm getting a little older and I need to go back to school and finish my AA, but I'm too busy. I'm getting the guap, you know what I mean? Like, I'm too busy working and selling shit. So, but I need to go back to school. But anyway, I don't have my AA. I don't have a bachelor's degree. I don't have a PhD. And yet these Infrared fans want to call me an intellectual because I went on Marxist.org and I read a book, right? But they hate reading. They hate the idea of actually having to learn dry concepts, which unfortunately, you're going to have to learn some dry finance concepts in order to understand capitalism, right? You're going to have to learn, for example, what capital is, right? If you want to know what capitalism is to Marxists, you have to go through some dry finance. You have to say, well, what's capital? Well, we have to talk about capitals, that which increases exchange value, the means to increase exchange value, right? So stuff like a truck that, I don't know, drives and generates profit for a small business that is owned by a small business owner who also happens to drive the truck is in fact capital, okay? Because it's increasing the truck driver's exchange value. Even if he's sole petty producer, even if he is the only one working at the company, that doesn't matter. He's still petty bourgeois because he's a sole employed petty producer. But they don't understand this. I wonder why. It's because they don't read. It's because they're anti-reading. Careful, bro. Are you driving? Yeah, I'm driving, but it's empty at the moment. So, I mean, I'm like an expert in crashing my car at this point, so I'll be fine. There's a high chance that Infracell is schizophrenic. No, let me tell you guys something about me, right? Like, as you can see, I'm driving because, like I said, I'm driving to go to the movie theaters, right? Because I, want to go see a movie with someone. And that's the thing about me, I remember when Maupin said, oh, maybe if this guy got more production value, people would pay to see me stream. And then another person called me a failed streamer. And it's like, good. I don't want to be a streamer. I don't. I have a life. I work an adult job. Okay? I pay money for bills. All right? I have to live. I have a social life. So I'm not a streamer, okay? I don't have an upload schedule. If I upload, it's going to be very quickly like that. It's going to be, I have to put out a video and then I'm done. So I'm not a streamer, okay? Maupin wants to be Vaush. He wants to be a streamer. Look at these live streams he does. I remember he used to do those weekly live streams. Weekly. They used to be called weekly live streams from Maupin. And he used to live stream maybe twice, maybe 3 times a day. Now look at his activity. You want to talk about terminally online? This dude live streams for like 3 hours every day, bro. Seriously. Like, I get that you get that guap out of it, but you're not really educating people because all you're doing is just answering super chat where they ask, questions about William Z. Foster. Oh, tell me, what color underwear did William Z. Foster sleep with? What? Oh my God. How many cups of water did William Z. Foster drink? I want to be a really funny clip of this person charging, reading from the CPI, reading reading a story, and someone accused me of making fun of her because she's autistic. No, what is the source material she's reading? I mean, this is like shit from the Three Stooges. What decade is this from? Like, this is definitely, is this even the 19th century? Like, seriously, we have stuff about industrial unions. Okay, like, William Z. Foster in the 1930s, like 1936? I don't think industrial unions can exist in a country where industry no longer exists. We kind of shipped all that to China. Now, factories like Yupa, if you guys ever hear about the Taiwanese factory that now operates in China, documentary about it on YouTube. Foxconn, obviously, is another one, another Taiwanese-owned company, that basically, and these people claim that China owns Taiwan. So essentially, a Chinese mega corporation like Yupa, like Foxconn, what they do is they go to China and they do exactly what capitalism does. They force people to sell their labor power for 12, 13-hour work shifts, 6 days a week. Now we have this new development in China, the 996 work week. 12-hour shifts and have a Sunday off. Look at Foxconn. What is it? It's a human surf house. Like, really. It's so, we are reaching neo-surfdom, honestly. We are reaching an economy where rich people go out and drive and get food for and wipe, the ass of rich people. But no, what do we have to focus on according to Maupin? We have to focus on bankers. Okay, not Russian oligarchs, not Russian. We need to focus on bankers. Oh, bankers from Wall Street. Overwhelmingly Jewish. I mean, literally go Google Wall Street bankers. You're going to get a list of Skis and Goldbergs, okay? They are overwhelmingly Jewish. Everything, too, is... It's so funny how it just so happens to align with Maupin's monetary interest because cash rules everything around me, okay? The only thing people care about is getting paid, like Maupin, because he doesn't understand the world outside of liberalism. Maupin can't see a world where people do not relate to each other through exchange value. Why? Because he's never read Marx. Like, it's so obvious to me, he's never actually read Marx. You know what Maupin is? Maupin is the king of secondary sources, okay? Maupin is the king of secondary sources. He will never read primary sources. He will read Capital, right? Because if he did, he would know that Capital contradicts everything he's saying. Capital contradicts the idea that small business owners can be revolutionary. Lenin does in the Second International. It's really funny to me. You're just more of a Joe Schmo ML, which we mean more of. Yeah, I mean, I am a Joe Schmo at the end of the day. My family are working class. I'm working class. I don't have, a ton. I'm comfortable, but I have a ton of money. I'm not Jackson Hinkle. I could go drive to Jackson Hinkle's house right now because I also live in Southern California, and we would compare each other, and one of us would be a petty bourgeois, rich, really, Hollywood wannabe Hollywood actor from this beach community in Orange County, just a shitty area. Let me tell you guys where Jackson Hinkle's from, because I'm from Southern California. In Orange County, you got two types of people. You got women, old, rich, spoiled white women, let's be honest, because that's who lives there. Tons of plastic surgery, just nose jobs, Botox. They look plastic. Like, if you ever watch The View or like one of these, like housewife shows, Kim Kardashian looking, just tons of Botox, so fake, so Barbie looking. Never worked a day in their life. They live entirely off of their husband's wealth. Their husband probably in, I don't know, maybe finance, probably in some petty bourgeois industry. A lot of finance people down there, a lot of owners of companies down there, and even around, some of these neighborhoods. Like, if I drive about 6 miles over there, I'm going to run into a neighborhood full of petty bourgeois people owning their own small businesses. And a lot of those small businesses are HVAC, they're plumbing. Does that make them working class? No, because they own capital. Yeah. Well, I'm glad, Zach. And I do have a Discord, and I like having a Discord. I like being who I am. I'm comfortable with me being who I am because I don't need to be a streamer. I don't need to. You know what Infrared does? Infrared, he makes an ass out of himself for money. I've never done that. I don't have to stand there, do some cute little poses. I don't have to whip around nunchucks. I don't have to get swords and slash like I'm a Mortal Kombat character. I don't have to make an ass out of myself for a living because I have self-respect. Okay, and I'm not doing this I'm not doing this just for memes or a joke. I like to have fun, but this isn't all just memes and games to me. This isn't just who has more likes on Twitter. Oh my God, I've been ratioed. It comes from the suburban mindset, really. So the actual streamers are weird. I mean, it's so funny. Streaming culture is specifically petty bourgeois, okay? It's specifically labor aristocrat, because no streamers are ever, this is so obvious. This is preaching to the choir, but no streamers are ever going to reach working people. You don't reach working people through streaming. I'm sorry. Maybe you can, but not through these debate bro streams. So anyway, wine moms, yeah, those are the type of people who live in Orange County, okay? He has to be doped up or something. There's no way you can be that roided for 4 or 5 hours. Let me tell you guys something. Steroids are easy to find, and he probably is. Every dude, let's be honest, every dude who goes to the gym takes some test, TRT, steroids, something. Yeah, anyway. Haas is such a good communist that he supports the neo-Nazi truck convoy. Here's the thing, guys. When it comes to Maupin, I bother to talk about Maupin because I know he's at least serious, right? Maupin is serious. He's way too serious, by the way he brings up Twitter receipts. If you look at Exhibit A, Exhibit A-1, I've found a quote tweet from here where you accuse me of saying, something that didn't happen. Meanwhile, back in the day, a couple months ago, scroll down on Jason Unruhe's videos. You're going to find videos of Maupin tweets of Maupin, like saying that Jason Unruhe threatened his family, that Jason Unruhe is sending Antifa to beat up his family. It's pathetic, guys. He is a pathetic person. And you know what's so funny is I'm gonna put it down in the comments below. I will bet money. I will seriously, I just got paid because it's the 4th. And I get paid on the 4th. So I'm going to bet money. I'm going to bet guap that there is going to be no infrared, no Maupin fan. Nobody wants to debate. Why? Because they're scared. People are scared of debating. People are scared of his Haas on HGH. No, because real HGH is thousands of dollars. If he takes like MK 677, then it's not going to do much besides just make him hungry. But okay, so I am willing to bet money, guys, that no Haas fan, no infrared fan, no Maupin fan will ever actually debate. And you know, go look at the comment section of Caleb Maupin's debate with Unruhe. What am I saying in there? I'm telling people, hop on VC. You know, just call me. Call me for 20 minutes. Call me for 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be 3 hours like these streamers do. Just call. Call me so I can hold you accountable, so I don't have to sit here typing all day. I mean, I type for a living, guys. Like I don't want to type when I get home. I want to talk to people. So I'm going to keep challenging any of these infrared fans to actually hop on stream and debate me. Any of these Maupin fans to debate me. And of course, they're not going to do it. They're never going to do it. Zero engagement. That's exactly right. There is zero engagement. These people are comment section communists. That's what they are. They are comment section communists. All they can do is just type a comment, and as soon as you prove them wrong, I have to make a video about this, because as soon as you prove them wrong, they leave. They ghost you. It's so funny how they just ghost you. I mean, they'll make a comment. They'll make it, like the other day I had one of the infrared fans tell me that Lenin would have supported an alliance with the petty bourgeois. I had someone say that. So what do? I go to my Discord server and I get a quote from Lenin where Lenin says that the petit bourgeois are more nationalist, and they are more they have a more nationalist, more localized, more hardened character of national brute force capital valorization than the big bourgeoisie, because the big bourgeoisie see internationally, right? So in other words, your local, petty bourgeois small business owner, he is adamant. He's bathing in his own liberalism, as Engels said, okay? The petty bourgeois are bathing in their own liberalism. They are, and in English words, your average small business owner, he thinks he's on like a Sigma grind set. He's washing himself down with money. He's owning new suits. He's going out and buying new clothes. He's doing all these things to celebrate his wealth. Meanwhile, for the small business owner, that wealth is not generated, but he did not physically labor to create that wealth. He didn't. All he did was hire wage labor that actually created the wealth, that actually created the capital, the increase in exchange value. Okay, the laborers are the ones who create the value in society. That is a basic Marxist concept. Lenin did not support the petty bourgeoisie. So I post this comment to this infrared guy, right? What does he do? Oh, no response. I hit him up again. I comment again. Do you have any response to this quote? Nope. So it's so funny. Well, what's up, Dark Synovia? Yeah, Jason debated Caleb Maupin. Basically, let me summarize it, okay? Let me summarize it. Let me mute you. Mute. Let me mute you. Mute. Let me mute you. Mute. I mean, like, this guy is such a child. Mute someone in real life. Caleb Maupin, I will give you $500 if you can go out and mute someone in real life. Like, seriously. It's so funny. Working class Twitter suit wearing socialists. Oh, and then another thing too is he like reprimands Jason for cursing. Like, Jason is like, you're such a slimy piece of shit, dude. And then Caleb is like, oh, calm down. This is a Christian live stream. There is no cursing. Meanwhile, ever since Punished Caleb debated Vaush, he's been like cussing up a storm every stream. I mean, like, I don't even want to listen to Caleb Maupin streams without headphones on, or while I'm driving at work or something, because he's like cussing up a storm. He's saying, all these fucking Brad Tubers, he's just cussing up a storm now. He wants to be like Vaush so bad. He wants to be a dirtbag socialist streamer who gets his grift, gets his guap by shilling for Russia at the end of the day. So, yeah, Caleb defends Nazis like Alexander Dugin. Debating Caleb was a mistake. Nothing he said was any more than one bad faith argument after bad faith argument. Yeah, I mean, he just, like I said, he wants to be the new Vaush. So I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I mean, maybe I'll react to the whole thing, like not in my car, obviously, while I'm at home. Maybe I'll react to it more, but honestly, I don't know. Okay, Base God Flashy says Caleb quoted from a document completely against the revisionist thesis of peaceful transition to socialism and misinterpreted it to sound to pretend that it supported his argument. Well, I mean, it's so funny. Caleb called the KMT and Red China uniting to fight Japan. Caleb called that a peaceful transition to socialism, literally going to war. Like this is a anti-colonial war. This was part of World War II, dude. Like this is an anti-colonial military armed struggle. And the last thing I want to say is, look, I want to say a word regarding firearms, okay? Because I haven't really talked about firearms on this channel. I wanted to upload a video about it, but I never did. So let me say something. I've lived both sides. I live in a state, California, that's extremely restrictive, extremely strict on their firearms, okay? I've also lived in a family that has had and used and sold and bought a ton of firearms. So I've been around firearms my whole life. And let me tell you guys something. Maupin calling for the Democrat Biden agenda of stripping working class Americans from firearms is the most fed thing I've ever seen. People want to talk about feds doing this or that. That is the single most fed thing I've ever seen. You know who else called for disarming the working class? You know who else called for disarming the working class? Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan did. He said, I don't know why a citizen should be walking around here with a weapon. I just can't get it. You know why he said that? He said that in response to the Black Panther Party. Because even though Caleb Maupin loves to put up pictures of Huey P. Newton, he loves to talk about Fred Hampton, he loves to talk about Bobby Seale, he loves to talk about Eldridge Cleaver, he loves to talk about all of these Black Panthers. Maupin loves to talk about all these Black Panthers. The whole point of the Black Panther Party was that they were armed. That was the entire point. What is the most famous picture of Huey P. Newton? Is it him holding a teddy bear? No, it's him sitting here with a rifle in hand. He's sitting with a rifle. That was the point of the Black Panther Party, was Black people said, we have been abused by police for far too long. We are arming ourselves. We are organizing our own communities. And if the police come around, we're holding them accountable. That was the entire point of the Black Panther Party. Was the point of the Black Panther Party, working class people, aka white people, to Maupin, working class people, all these black savages running around with guns, we really don't need that, we need to, we need to ride with Biden, go with Kamala and take the working class people's firearms. That's exactly what we need to do. It's so silly to me. It's so silly. It's silly. I mean, like Maupin, I can tell that Maupin has Maupin ever even seen a gun in his entire life? Because the one thing I want to say about guns is that it's legal to own a gun in America. Okay? It's legal to own a firearm. It's not illegal. I don't understand why socialists should not be owning firearms. It's not illegal. It's legal. As long as you go through and you do the processes that are required in your state, it's not illegal to own a firearm. It's not. It's legal. If you're an adult, especially if you're in California, you're over 21, you go through a background check, you go through a waiting list, you get a permit, you can own a rifle, you can own a firearm in America if you're over 21. So anyway, so firearms are not illegal. So sorry. I was reading a text and I got confused. So owning a firearm is not illegal. Owning a firearm is not left adventurism, for fuck's sake. Like protecting ourselves. You know who are going to own firearms? The right wing, the police. The right wingers, the police, the reactionaries, they're gonna get armed to the teeth. They're gonna own every gun under the sun. And what are socialists supposed to do according to Maupin? We're supposed to immediately disarm ourselves. It's illegal to use them, sadly. Well, here's the thing. Firearms are deterrents, okay? When you set up a post that you have an alarm system outside of your house, it's supposed to be a deterrent. And deterrents are important. Deterrents are going to uh, prevent violence against socialists. Deterrents are going to help protect us. Okay, owning firearms is extremely important. I don't care what anyone says. Maupin rejects the Black Panthers ideology due to their position on the lumpen too. Yeah, he's a joke. I mean, Maupin is a dude, like a fat white ginger guy who's from Ohio, who's like, he comes from a family where what his parents just put him through college. I wish I had parents like Maupin's that would baby me and just put me through college so I can get my cute little journalism degree. That's not how my life is. My life, I'm like every other working class person. I work for the money, okay? Um, so, and that's who Maupin is. Compare that to the Black Panthers. I don't know. People who went through extreme poverty, people who went through homelessness, people who got in fights for what they believed in. Maupin is nothing. Okay, he's nothing. Oh shit. We need to convert reactionary truck drivers to Jesus and teach them all flags. Exactly. We need to re-educate truck drivers on DPR flags. That's exactly what we need to do. Okay. We need to get those truck drivers buying my books. Guys, I've just released a brand new book. Okay. I think you're going to like it. It's called Why Caleb Maupin is Wrong. Okay. And this book, it's City Builders and Vandals by Caleb Maupin with an introduction from Leftism Today. Okay. It's my brand new book. I've also decided to re-release Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech with an introduction from Leftism Today. I've decided it's on Etsy, it's on my bookstore, it's on Amazon, okay? I've decided to re-release Capital's Volume 1 through 3 with an introduction to from Leftism Today, okay? You can purchase it on my ebook store, guys. So yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm a hop off, guys, but yeah, I mean, a disarmed population has never ended well for the population. What did they do in France when they were starving to death? Oh, say, can you see by the dark? Did they become nationalistic? I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America? No, they said this is wrong. We can't tolerate this. We need to change this. Maupin is not that. Maupin is a reformist. Okay? My dad literally told me that going to college was a burden. I had to support myself entirely and pay for school. Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, when I got out of high school, guys, my parents said, you can go to college, but you got to work 45, 50 hours a week. Okay, that's what my parents told me. And that's just the reality of life for me. So when are we going to hit the streets again? Like in 2020, I'm going to go hit the streets, guys. I'm going to go see Morbius. So I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. Thank you guys for coming out, for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for the patience. And I'll see you guys later. See ya.